Hey guys, my name is Nicole and I'm making this YouTube video on my statistics and my extracurriculars that got me into 14 out of 16 colleges that I applied to, mostly SEC schools, and then I did have 2 deferrals and 2 wait lists, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so here's a list of all the colleges that I applied to. As you can see, there's a little bubble because I checked off all the ones that I got into and the ones I didn't get into, but I'm gonna reveal that at the end. So first and foremost, let's talk about my demographics. So I am Hispanic, I'm a woman, I'm a first-generation college student, and I am low income because my mom is a single mom. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my high school statistics, but let me just preface by saying that please do not compare yourself to other people. I did do that a lot in high school because, as I'm about to tell you, I was not like top of my class, like number 1 or anything, and I got really discouraged whenever I was applying to colleges because I saw all these people around me. They had like perfect SAT scores, perfect GPAs and everything, but that's not what it's all about. And if you're on the fence about applying to colleges, like big universities, like this is your sign to do it, because you'd be surprised. Like, yeah, grades are important, but they're not everything when it comes to your college application. So yeah, this is your sign to just apply and just do it, because you will surprise yourselves. Okay, so now let me get into the actual statistics. So I am a Florida resident, in case anyone was wondering, but I was top 7% of my class. I was 25th out of about 365, 369-ish. Those numbers would vary like every single day. But my GPA was a 4.39. I was in like our honors program in my high school, and I took 7 dual enrollment classes, and I took 3 AP classes. So these are all the classes that I took throughout high school. You guys can pause and take a moment to look at them. Unlike other schools, my school heavily pushed us to take difficult classes. They really pushed AP on us. I knew, and I learned very quickly whenever I was a sophomore, whenever I took AP Psych, that I am not a good test taker. I got a 1 on my AP Psych exam, by the way. So don't feel bad about yourselves if you get a 1, because I'm very proud of the college that I got into, and that 1 did not ruin my life, so it's all good. So that is the reason why I only took 3 AP classes, and I failed 2 of them. I only passed 1. So yeah, I learned very early on that I was very much a dual enrollment student, but unfortunately, since our high school really wanted us to take AP, I wasn't able to take very many. But hey, at the end of the day, it didn't even matter. So it's all good. So this is your sign that it's all gonna be okay, I promise. Okay, so now let's get into my extracurriculars. Unlike a lot of the people that I see on YouTube, I did not start a nonprofit organization or anything. I was strictly just high school clubs and stuff like that, working. So yeah, let me actually get into it. Okay, so my freshman year, I had no leadership positions. I was just in the junior classical league, band, and that was literally it, because band took up all of my time. But then sophomore year, I got a leadership position in the junior classical league and in marching band. Junior classical league, by the way, is essentially just Latin club. And in the marching band, I was the spirit captain. So I was in charge of motivating everyone, encouraging my peers, welcoming new students, and posting informational events on the social media. I did create the marching band's student-led Instagram account, so I would post about events, fun pictures and stuff like that, just to try to recruit students. And that's essentially all I did freshman and sophomore year. I did JCL and marching band and concert band. Due to unfortunate circumstances, I had to quit band sophomore year, so junior year and senior year I had different extracurriculars, so now I'm going to talk about those. So junior year, I joined my high school's golf team, and I was on varsity. The reason I'm kind of laughing is because I was not very good, but I just wanted something to do, I guess, and since I wasn't doing band anymore, but also something that wouldn't take up my whole life, so that was fun. And then I had a leadership position. I was co-captain my senior year, and my junior year I also joined my high school's yearbook team, and I got a business manager position in that junior year, so I handled all the paperwork and the business ads and stuff like that, and the senior ads. And then I was social media manager my senior year, so I handled all the Instagram, the Facebook, and some other stuff, editing pictures and stuff, editing posts. I also helped a lot in the classroom, like with the spreads and, you know, editing stuff like that. Senior year of high school, I also started my own club called Women of the Word. It was essentially just like a girls' small group Bible study. It was super fun. We would do little projects together, put like positive messages around the school. We would try to empower and, you know, lift each other up. So yeah. So if you're a Florida resident, you probably know that you can use your work hours instead of your volunteer hours towards Bright Futures, and that's what I did because unfortunately I wasn't able to volunteer a lot due to the fact that I had to work to help my mom. So this is what I did in regards to community service. I was a tutor for K through 3 junior and senior year, and for Women of the Word, we wrote letters to like military students, and we also did like donations for food drives and stuff. And this was like a personal thing, it wasn't like a school thing, but my family and I, I'm Honduran, so we have always donated like non-perishables, you know, clothes, food, and stuff like that to Honduras for as long as I can remember, just to, you know, to help the community out there. So that's all I was able to do, and that's all I did for community service. So in regards to work experience, I've been working since I was 14, and I had like 5 jobs throughout high school. I just wanted to see like what I was best at and like maybe what I wanted to do in the future. But yeah, during the fall, I would try to aim for like 10 to 15 hours. Obviously that was hard because of marching band and stuff, and then, you know, I became yearbook. And then during the spring, I would try to aim for like 12 to 20, you know, it would just vary. And then I did like start my own little small business. Since I joined yearbook, I was super into photography, so I started like my own little small business by taking shoots with my friends, you know, like doing senior portraits. I did a couple family shoots. Yeah. So since working is like the thing that I did the most in high school, I really like try to emphasize that in my application. I put like almost all of my job experiences on there because I did learn a lot through working, and, you know, that's just something that I had to do to like help my mom out. So yeah. As for the honors section of my Common App, I put in all the awards that I got from competing in the Junior Classical League, and I also put in Latin Honor Society because I did that freshman and sophomore year, and then I did International Quill and Scroll Honor Society, which is like a journalism club, junior and senior year as well. So in case you didn't notice, I wasn't in student government, student council, math Olympiad, science Olympiad, debate club, like NHS. I was not in any of those, and I am very proud of all the colleges that I got into. Of course, with those extracurriculars, I was not gonna get into, you know, Harvard or anything, and nor did I apply or anything like that. But if you feel like you're like a mid student, because that's how I felt about myself, like, I promise, like, you will still go above and beyond, and you'll end up being so proud of yourself if you just put yourself out there. So I highly encourage you all to apply to college, no matter what. I couldn't forget one of the most important parts, my SAT score. So I did not have an impressive SAT score at all. I had a whopping 1270 as my super score. Just being real with it. And the crazy thing is, like, I studied hard. I used Khan Academy. I used a ton of textbooks, and, you know, like, it just didn't work out for me. I did not take the ACT because honestly, like, every weekend that it landed on, like, it was just inconvenient. I tried to take it twice, and both of the times that I tried to take it, it was like canceled, or it was like you couldn't do it because the weather was bad. And I was just like, I guess it's just not in my destiny to take this test, so I was never able to take it. But yeah, I hope that helps a lot of you guys feel better about yourselves, because yeah, the 1270, the people that were like in my same class level, you know, like honors kids or whatever, like they all had like 1400s, 33s. That's just like, okay, good. So I'm like not getting in anywhere, but don't doubt yourselves. Like, it's not everyone's application is the same. You are unique in your own way, and colleges will see that, you know, and if it works out, it works out, and if it doesn't work out, then that's okay as well. because God has a plan for you and it's all gonna be okay. So I utilized the additional information section of Common App to talk about like a situation that I was going through in high school. And I highly recommend you do that if you did go through like a hard time in high school and let's say your grades dropped 1 year, but then like you picked yourself back up, because you can explain that, and like so that way the reader doesn't assume that like you just did bad that year, like, and like you genuinely went through something and like there's an explanation for it. So yeah, I highly encourage that, because like they won't know if you won't tell them. So yeah, but also if you don't want to talk about like your personal situations, like I know that's really hard to do, that's okay too. I'm not like trying to pressure you to do it or anything. I guess if you were thinking about it, I guess like I would encourage it, but also if you really don't feel comfortable sharing your personal information and your personal stuff with a random person that you don't even know is reading it, like I completely understand that, and that is okay too. Like you should not have to put something online if you don't want people to know about it, or if you're just not ready to talk about it. I also wanted to take this opportunity to tell y'all to not lie on your college application. I can't believe I have to say that, but unfortunately I do know people that lied on their college application, and it's just like that is just not right. Like morally, that should not feel right. Also, like most of the time I think that colleges will know, like they will see like something suspicious and they'll be like, this is not lining up. So yeah, you can like face like severe consequences if you lie. So yeah, I wouldn't even like recommend stretching the truth a little bit. Like I would definitely just try to be like as honest as possible, you know, just like, because at the end of the day, like that's what you did, and like that counts for something, that does matter. So don't think that like you need to like lie and like stretch the truth out, because you know like it'll all work out the way that it like, needs to and will. Okay, so as for supplementals, any time at college was like, what extracurricular mattered to you the most, or like impacted you the most. I always wrote about yearbook, just because like I genuinely do think it like impacted me the most, and yearbook is related to my major. So yeah. Or if a college like asks like why you chose your major, I usually tied it back to yearbook or this class called ACE Business that I took. Those two were definitely the things that like really affected like my choice in my major. And now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Ta-da! So yeah, those are all the colleges that I applied to. I got deferred and then I got waitlisted from UGA and Clemson, and I will never know if I got in or not, because shortly after, you know, those two, I got into my dream college. So I guess I will never reveal where I go to school. Ta-da! I go to UF, and if you would have told me like a year ago to this date that I'm going to my top college, like I genuinely would not have believed you. I wouldn't have believed you for a second, because I believed that my SAT score and my extracurriculars were not enough, and yeah, like I just would have been like, no, there's no way, like I'm not gonna be at UF, there's no way, like I'm probably gonna go to like my last option. And I was like, yeah, I really did not believe in myself or believe that I would get into such an amazing school. But this is your sign to not doubt yourself, because anything can happen, literally anything. God has a plan for each and every one of you, and it'll all work out the way that it is meant to. And yeah, it'll all be okay. Well, I really hope that this video inspired and motivated all of you, because like I said, I had a 1270. I did not take no AP Chem, no AP Physics. I literally failed 2 out of the 3 AP exams I took, and I still am at the best college in Florida. So yeah, don't let like, you know, test scores and all of that stuff like bring you down, because at the end of the day, everyone has their own story, and you know, colleges want to see and read your story. So yeah, I truly hope that you all have a blessed day. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I truly hope that it helped you feel better and that it'll help you out in the long run, and I wish you all the best. Everything will be okay. Yeah, have a wonderful day.